There's a spot that says that Elijah has to come before the Messiah. And it's like, yeah, the ego, the problem, the disaster, the devil, the dark side has to be seen before the solution, the Messiah, the Savior, the answer can arrive. If there's no problem, there's no answer, right? You can't have one without the other. And so, that is what we're all always doing, participating in, creating. It's like we really are creating our own problems so we can find our own solutions. We've talked about this in depth, many of them, but to simplify it. The reason I'm slightly laughing is it is fucked up. We are diabolical, right? But again, I'm also very much simplifying it, meaning that often isn't the case. And if it's coming from the heart, right? It's like you have to have the ego before it can be smashed and the heart can be opened. And I think a lot of times people do create problems, but I think a lot of them are from the heart. Some of them aren't. Some of them are from diabolical ego and all this stuff. But what I'm trying to say in the good way is like, meaning people go into things innocently or with good intentions, and then quickly realize the downside or the negative side, because they weren't going in looking for a downside or a negative side. They were going in looking for an upside, a positive, a solution. This is why it's never ending. It's like with every problem, there's a solution. And with every solution, there's a new problem. This is why we continue to twirl forward. If we can twirl forward in that balance, when it gets out of balance, and it becomes people trying to inject intentionally, so trying to manipulate, so trying to stir up trouble, trying to cause problems, to create jobs and solutions, so intentionally inserting problems. That's when it becomes out of balance and it becomes a real problem. In other words, don't worry. We get in our own way easy enough. So it's like, if everybody can get to the place where they can open their heart, it's like, don't worry, going into everything beautifully, innocently, naturally, so that is so beautiful, that is so wonderful. And as a result, there'll always be somebody, a naysayer, which again is a good thing, because then they'll see like, well, I don't like it, it causes me this problem. Well, you didn't go in with that intention, but now you see and recognize that. So now we have a new problem. So now we need a new solution. So this is a never-ending cycle that we do naturally. And so I feel like the world has gotten to that place where we can get out of balance, and it's like people can feel that. It's like they can feel that culmination of that tipping point where it feels like things are going to be a little wonky, and yet the universe is always in perfect balance. It's just how it's set up. The game is set up that way. We can't always see it for sure. And so it's like the sooner we can let go into that flow, it naturally rebalances itself out. How can I say that better? Because it's like those who chirp up louder about the fear or the imbalance are also adding to it, ironically enough, the very thing they don't want. It is hard to see and understand that, especially depending on where you are. Because I know I've been there, and it's like when you're down far enough, it's infuriating, frustrating, and seems damn near impossible to hear that, swallow that, accept that. And the longer you refuse, the longer you're stuck there. But the sooner you can accept, the sooner you can begin to float up. But you can't stop. Because once you stop, you start to go back down. And then you're just letting your ego win and keep you stuck and stagnant and down there. Convincing you that you're right, your ego's right. Well, where'd that get you? How's that feel? Oh boy. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.